The Ducati XDiavel is the Italian company's interpretation of a modern cruiser. It offers the lean-back, feet-forward styling you'd associate with the category, but injects Ducati's performance ethos into the mix for a truly unique proposition. Cruisers need to have presence, and the XDiavel is one of the most muscular and standout motorcycles you can buy at any price. The cruiser aesthetic here has been defined by this super low ride height, the teardrop tank, lazy front fork angle, and this huge 240 section rear tyre. The riding position is suitably stretched with arms and feet well far forward, but thanks to 4 foot peg positions, 5 different seats and 3 handlebar options, you really can tailor the setup to best suit your needs. Great news for taller riders, but for those shorter in leg, you may still struggle. Pillions also get a bit of a tough gig on this bike, with a slither of a seat that hovers precariously over that big rear wheel. You can spec a pillion backrest, but the person that sits here is going to need to be both brave and dainty. In a company first, Ducati has used a belt drive, but it's been reinforced with a carbon weave so it can cope with nearly 154 brake horsepower from that liquid-cooled Testa Stretta V-twin. It's the same unit that is used in the Multistrada 1200, but thanks to a longer stroke, capacity has now been increased to 1262cc, and it's been retuned for more low-torque performance, developing a maximum 95 pounds-foot at 5,000 RPM. Keyless go, cruise control and incredibly launch control are all standard items, plus there are 3 preset rider modes with varying stages of traction control, cornering ABS and throttle inputs, and you can create your own bespoke mode using all those different permutations too. This is the standard XDiavel, which comes finished in a matte black paint job, plus you get 4-pot radially mounted Brembo brake calipers. But if you go for the pricier XDiavel S, then the paint job becomes gloss black, you receive machined engine casings, Glitzier alloy wheels and an uprated M50 caliper that's from the 1299 Panigale Superbike. The XDiavel will feel like no other cruiser you've ridden before. If you're used to the effortless thrust of a lazy American V-twin, then this thing is going to be quite the wake-up call. It's still a Ducati, the engine is still aggressive, still angry, but there is also a lot of torque. The low rev inputs are actually really smooth and controlled, especially for such a large engine. So it's quite confidence inspiring to ride this thing even at low speeds in and around town. But you do feel every engine pulse. This thing wants to go really. But when you roll on the throttle, it leaps forward like it's a sports bike. The way it handles too is so impressive. You'd think that big rear wheel would actually blunt the steering, but it's just so agile. And the cornering control is remarkable, that you'd actually think you're on a well set up naked bike than a cruiser. Unfortunately, the ride quality is less impressive. You feel everything through your spine. It's acceptable on short distances or on smooth continental asphalt, but in the UK, on our broken B roads, this thing becomes pretty uncomfortable after a while. Oh, this is really firm. Calling the XDiavel a cruiser feels a bit weird. The bloodline from this badge is impossible to ignore here, so it probably doesn't have the practicality, the refinement or the long distance comfort to tempt existing Harley or Indian customers away from their more traditional cruiser. But what it does do is transcend the cruiser category, extending appeal to a whole new audience with a blend of looks, performance and handling. And that is a pretty killer combination. If you enjoyed watching this video, please click the button below to subscribe to our YouTube channel. or you can leave us your comment and let us know what you think.